So just remembered that I'm going Facebook silent starting tomorrow, so I thought I'd do one last YouTube video for Facebookers. Fun stuff still going on in Egypt. Mubarak apparently resigned from the party, but is still going to stay in power as the president. Further proof that the guy's really just not getting what people are protesting about. It's not protesting over his cabinet or over his position in the party. It's actually him being in power. And it was interesting listening to Real Time last night, or I watched it this morning, and Mubarak's family apparently has, funneled billions of dollars to family members and friends, and it's just, he's so rife with corruption that he's just not getting the message. But so hopefully he'll start to step down sooner rather than later, because I don't see it calming down. You'd hope that coming out and saying he wouldn't run again would calm things down, but it hasn't really happened yet. I think what else is going on? That's really dominating the big international news. There's also a huge snowstorm blanketing a bunch of the U.S. I know I had a few online orders that got stopped. People not being able to get into Texas for the Super Bowl. So, good times happening right now. I think American or Delta, one of them had to cancel 600 flights out of Texas the other day. So, pretty crazy stuff going on weather-wise. Formula One testing was this week, the first test for the new season, Valencia. That went pretty well, apparently, other than Massa's Ferrari apparently catching on fire. It sounds like he went off the track and scraped and maybe loosened a clamp that was possibly holding an oil line of some sort, and ended up catching fire. So, red hot in more ways than one. So, anyways, of the new teams with the new cars running, Robert Kubica with, I'm going to call them Renault Lotus, whatever, Group Lotus, whatever you want to call them, the ones with the black and gold cars. He was the fastest of the new boys, so that's pretty interesting. All of the top teams have unveiled their new cars and we're testing. The Force India some of the teams were running their old cars. They were just trying to get more data on the new Pirelli tires, for example. Force India will be rolling out their new car next week. Testing moves to Jerez, it's also in Spain. And the new season's only 5 weeks away, which is pretty crazy when I thought about that. We will be in Bahrain 5 weeks from today. So, interesting stuff. Formula One season starting back up. And yeah, that's pretty much, I think, it. If you're in the Tampa Bay area, which I am, the Nissan Leaf Tour is coming here. Basically, 3 days next weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can sign up to go to International Plaza and test drive Nissan's all-new electric car. It's the first affordable electric car that's being sold to the public. The GM's EV1 was only a 2-seater, and they didn't sell it, they only leased it. Tesla's Roadster costs $90,000, only seats 2. It's based off a Lotus, it's super tiny. So the Nissan Leaf is the first real practical vehicle for a small family that you could conceivably run and not use any gas. So it gets about 70 to 90 miles of range depending on weather conditions, driving patterns, if you've got the radio and the AC on, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, super cool way. We won't be getting, I believe the rollout states, California's first. I believe a couple New York and some other places are getting it. Kind of like the Volt rollout, where a couple states get it and then eventually everybody will be able to purchase one. But it's a cool way to get a sneak peek at the next chapter in American automotive history. I fully expect my next car to either be an all-electric car or a plug-in hybrid, or at least a hybrid. people buy hybrids all the time now. But things like plug-in Priuses, where you drive the first 20 miles or so completely on battery. And I don't know what the exact statistic is, but I believe the majority of American drivers are able to commute under like 30 miles a day or something. So the vast majority of people, even just a plug-in hybrid, could do most of their daily driving and never use a drop of gas, which is something that it works in the Volt's favor, because the Volt has an engine that kicks in after you use up the battery, and a lot of people could drive it and never use the gas engine. So super cool stuff there coming up as far as transportation, our daily lives. My commute's 100 miles a day round trip, so I won't be using an electric car anytime soon, at least until I graduate and move close to where work is. But super cool stuff there. And of course, Verizon's iPhone coming out. I'm currently, because I was on Verizon for like a week and a half there, where I tried out a Droid, and I couldn't find a Droid. I loved my original Droid on Verizon, and then I killed it. And I went to an iPhone, and AT&T's reception was shitty. So I went back to Verizon, but the Droid was already gone. And the other phones, I didn't like the incredible. I got a defective unit. The Droid X, too huge. I mean, it's massive in your hands. And so then I ended up going through a string of phones at T-Mobile, and still trying to get billing cleared up with Verizon. They tried to charge me early termination fee. I've called twice. Yeah, we're taking it off. It's still not off. So my plan was to buy a Verizon iPhone this week. I'm still within the return period on my G2 and take it back. Because Apple products work better together. I've got a Mac. I have no desire to ever move away from a Mac. I've got an iPod Touch. I'll probably be getting the new iPad too. So I'm a Mac boy. People, like my friend Tony said, if you cut Matty, he bleeds Apple, and it's true. But I just couldn't take AT&T's service. So hopefully Verizon will get the billing straightened out so that when I go to sign up for an iPhone, they won't have me flagged as a delinquent old customer. But anyways, Verizon pre-orders apparently sold out in 17 hours. The allotment they had given for current Verizon customers. So if you're a Verizon customer, you didn't get your pre-order in, I think you don't have to wait with the rest of us for the general pool. You can order online, pre-order on VerizonWireless.com or Apple.com at 3:01 a.m. on the 9th. The phone is released on the 10th. I'm assuming February 9th orders will go out overnighting. I know Verizon overnights any online phone purchases, so you should have your phone on launch day, if not on Saturday. For people who are wanting to go to actual stores and pick it up on Thursday the 10th. I think it's Thursday. I know it's the 10th. They'll be opening early. I think 7 a.m. Of course, the fanboys will be in line midnight the night before. But yeah, if you're a Verizon customer, I think you've got to wait with the rest of us. But anyways, they sold out their pre-sale allotment, estimated to be in the hundreds of thousands range. They said it was the highest product sales in one day. So already maybe their best first day launch for a handset. And there are a bunch of pros and cons between Verizon and AT&T. AT&T, you can take it overseas if you travel a lot. If you travel a lot and you want an iPhone, AT&T is the only way to go. The Verizon iPhone only will work in like 40 countries, and they're mostly Caribbean countries. So if you travel a lot, you're international jet setter, the AT&T iPhone is the only iPhone for you. The Verizon iPhone also doesn't do data and voice at the same time, which I've only needed a handful of times. Not a big deal for me because the iPhone doesn't do, the default Maps application doesn't do turn-by-turn directions. So other than that, I don't understand the need to have talking, unless you're on the phone with somebody and you have to look something up, which doesn't happen that often. And if you're in range of Wi-Fi, it doesn't matter anyways, because you just hook up to Wi-Fi and it works. So, anyways, I'm moving back to an iPhone. iCal has decided to stop playing very nice with my Google syncing account, and I never had those problems when I had all Apple products. It works, you know, people make fun of Apple fanboys and people who, you know, drink the Kool-Aid, but if you have all Apple products, or even a majority Apple products, you hardly ever have issues. So, good stuff there, and it just works. So, anyways, that's it for now. Like I said, or I've posted before on Facebook, I am going on Facebook hiatus for this semester. I'll probably be back on Facebook during spring break in March, but it's almost like OCD, like checking Facebook constantly. And the truth is that the bulk of the people I'm friends with and I stay in touch with, they're already on Twitter or we text. So really, people that are missing out, and sets and friends, I see them at school every day. So the only Facebook people I'm going to miss out on, actually, like, relationship-wise, are people who are long-distance family I don't get to talk to that often. And they've got my email. I posted my email. My email's on my Facebook profile. I'm available via email, text, Twitter, and I'm even on Tumblr. Although right now, the only people on Tumblr are myself and Tyler. So you can hit me up in one of those fashions. Either way, I will be back in March, and then off again until May, when exams are over. So, a little experiment on hiking the GPA. Paying attention in class more. I'm pretty good about paying attention in class, but reducing distractions at all times. So, anyways, that's it for now. Talk to you guys later. I'll see some of you on Twitter and text messaging. Otherwise, I will still have my YouTube channel. I'll still be doing YouTube videos during the F1 season and for big tech announcements. So if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and do that. I don't YouTube very often. I'll YouTube a few times during race weekends, but not like every half an hour like I do with Facebook. So YouTube, email, Twitter, Tumblr, and text messaging. If you can't get in touch with me one of those 5 ways, then you probably don't deserve to. So, talk to you guys later.